Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. Now, as we're walking down this path of creating your $1 million roadmap, we did what it takes to create your course overnight. And then we started looking at what can your customer expect out of you? What is it they're going to learn from your training? Now I want you to look at the other side of the coin. What does the perfect customer look like to you? To fit your product, to be the person that you want to teach your course to. Back when I first got into building an online business, my thought was, well, anybody that's willing to pay me, that's the perfect customer. Well, guess what? After you deal with a few pain in the neck people that think different than you don't feel that way anymore. So what we're going to do here is eliminate some of the headaches. First, I want you to ask yourself this. Is my product or course going to be something that I just sell on its own and they don't have any access to my coaching? I sell them this product or course, they go through it, they learn everything I know, and that's the end of it. And I've bought courses like that. There's nothing wrong with that. If that is the case, you don't have to go through this next step of putting together a questionnaire for your customer. What the questionnaire does, it matches your customer with your coaching so that you get people that have the same kind of mindset as you. In other words, we're going to eliminate the pain in the neck people that just want to create a problem as you're trying to coach them and, get them to the point where they're making money off your course or whatever it is you're selling. So with all that being said, if you're someone that sells a simple course where they just buy it, go through it, and they're done, then okay, I agree with the fact anybody that's willing to pay you and has an interest, that's your ideal customer because they're going to get everything they need in that training. If you're in a position where maybe you're teaching somebody how to drive a car through your courses versus you're going to go there and actually drive the car for them, now we need to ask some questions. What kind of budget do they have? Where do things stand as far as what kind of time commitment? And what you're looking to do here is find out what some of the excuses are that's stopping them from building the kind of business that they want or doing whatever it is that you sell. I have a hard time doing this podcast because I'm so used to coaching in the financial space that I automatically kind of kick into that gear when I'm talking, and I'll start talking about what kind of time people have and what kind of income they have to put into their business. You may not necessarily be building an online business for somebody. You may be teaching them something else. But the thing I want you to concentrate on is what does it take to make your customer a fit with your product and make the coaching smooth for you. And the way we do this, we'll come up with a list of questions that you want to ask that may be a headache down the road. Let's get those headaches out of the way before they pull out their credit card and buy. Because once they pull out their credit card and buy, you're committed to them and you don't want it to be a pain in the neck transaction. And I'm sure there's some of you out there that you've sold people courses and you've been in a coaching program with them and you think to yourself, boy, this really wasn't worth the money they paid. I didn't realize it was going to be such a struggle. And then you've had other people that have been great and everything has went well and they've done exactly what you told them to do and they had successful results. That's the kind of people you're looking for. And putting together this outline and asking these questions is how we get to the point that you're able to get the perfect customer for your course. That's everything I have for this episode of The Money Wheel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.